it's crazy that I'm comparing somebody's highlight reel to my actual life, you know? Why do you even have to share all of your gifts on social media? That's a little braggadocious.
It is.
Do yourself. Maybe I'm a little jealous, but why would you even do that? Gift giving kind of relates to social interactions when it comes to money. Like some people are taught that it's not about the price tag, and some people are taught like, oh, keep up with the Joneses. If this is the new thing that's out, like social pressures can influence the way you spend. And so I think that's kind of how gift giving tied into that. And also, we were talking about the holidays, with your family, how much they expect of you. You know what I'm saying? The things that you were taught mean love or mean significance. Do they have a price tag attached to them? And healthy ways to protect your boundaries in those situations. I think that's why the topic of gift giving was important or relevant. Um, and speaking on it now, I think it's about the people around you. If the people around you have these unfair expectations about how much money you're supposed to drop on them, I don't think you need to be around those folks. I think honestly, you should be around people who have the same goals as you, so that way, if you are trying to do something nice for each other, like for example, my group of friends, we all wanted to give each other a gift, but we all have financial goals that we're trying to meet. So it'd be unfair of everybody to be like, okay, everyone buy each other a designer bag. No, first of all, if I'm buying a designer bag, it's for myself.
Yeah.
Let's figure out something else we can do because we all are aligned in the goals that we want for ourselves. It's about aligning yourself with people who wouldn't require that of you.
I think a lot of people do struggle with the family component of it, especially if you have a large family and like Christmas is taken very seriously and there's, everyone expects a gift. Like I've spoken to a few people where they're like, yeah, or even like friends who have gotten married. So now they have more family members to like that they feel indebted to in terms of, the holidays and gift giving. And like, there's been some people who have said, yeah, like, this year was really rough. We're going to have to figure out some kind of change for next year because I can't do this every year. And then also friends who are like, you know what? We sat down, had a meeting, and decided like we're gonna just do Secret Santa or we're gonna do White Elephant and just like do that. Each person gifts someone something, and like that way, not everyone gets a gift, but not everyone is like in trouble financially once January 1st rolls around. I'm mostly talking about the milestone birthdays. I think especially with social media, like birthday celebrations and things are going to be documented and posted, and people are making reels and TikToks about what I did for my 30th birthday. I mean, I know that like my 30th birthday was in 2020, so all of my friends who also have this born in the same year, we all had our 30th birthdays that year. We didn't do anything because we couldn't, but I know that like I have a friend who's a little bit younger. All of his friends turned 30 this year or 2022. He probably went to Mexico 5 times for all these milestone birthdays, and it's like it's expensive. It is expensive, and I think a lot. I think that yeah, especially 30 for whatever reason. I think even over like 25 or 35, 30 is like the year where people want to ball out because I think that people have like progressed in their careers a little bit, so they're like, oh, I have it, like I can do it. And then also, I think just again the pressures of documenting it and making sure that it looks lux and like, oh, you really did it up for your 30th. I think that that does have an impact.
Yeah, definitely. Social media can definitely influence how you're spending your money. If you see everybody flexing on Christmas these gifts that they got, you know, it kind of steers you towards doing things that are out of character for views.
Hmm.
That's crazy. I actually have had those same feelings as well. Like, oh, this isn't lavish enough for a post. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, it's crazy that I'm comparing somebody's highlight reel to my actual life. Why do you even have to share all of your gifts on social media? That's a little
It
braggadocious.
is.
Do yourself. Maybe I'm a little jealous, but why would you even
Right.
do that?
I will say I do get like a little self conscious sometimes with like wedding gifts, for example, because weddings have protocol. Like people expect you know, um, a certain value of a gift is because weddings are expensive, plates are expensive. Like you being invited already was like money for the couple. And so I think for me, like, I think more so than milestone birthdays, there's been like a lot of weddings and just like more of those types of celebrations that have tripped me up a little bit in terms of like what's too much or what's too little to give, especially if you're traveling for a wedding, for example, flights, hotel, like all of the, all of these things being in, like, don't even get started on like being in the wedding, then there's like a dress and there's like all these other events like bachelorette and bridal shower. Like there's a lot of things that can get really costly around weddings and those types of celebrations. So I think that being clear and open and honest with those people about what's doable and what's not, that's going to show, like Coco said, like who's actually your real friend. Like, for example, I was in a wedding this past year in September, and I was a bridesmaid. And I'm the only one who lives in LA. Everyone else is on the East Coast. So I traveled to the East Coast for the bachelorette. And then the bridal shower was only a couple of months later. And I said, you know what? Like, I just don't think that this is feasible right now for my finances, but I will be, at the wedding. Like, I will be. So I skipped out. I chose to skip out on one of the events, and the bride was very understanding. And like that's how you know who cares about you and your well-being and who actually is like there for you versus what you can offer.